I got the miniature stackable pumpkin set from the Dollar Tree, and I primed them with a white primer, and I did 2 coats on them. Then I took them inside and gave it a coat of Waverly's chalk paint in the color Snow White. Then once they're dry, I grabbed this felt. This came from Goodwill, and as you can see, I used the inside of my large pumpkin to make 2 circles. And right now we're going to start with the hat for our snowman. I cut 2 of the same size, and I'm just going to glue them together using some hot glue. For this project though, we're only going to use 2 pieces of the pumpkin. We're not going to use the top piece. Next, I grabbed this foam round. I have a whole bunch of them in my stash. I think it's like 4 inches. And then use that as a template to cut out another circle. And this one's going to be smaller than the last. So now we have a top and a bottom. We just need the center, I think is what you'd call it, the hat. I don't know the correct terminology for pieces of the hat, but as you can see, I'm rolling it just to make sure it's going to wrap around my foam well, and I use some hot glue and a little bit of fabric tack to adhere that. I'm running a tiny bead of glue all along the sides to secure this because I don't want to have hot glue everywhere, and it will just show up so well on this black felt. So I have to be really careful not to make a mess. And then once that was on, I was able to glue the foam part right down to the larger piece of felt. And I'm just curling up the sides a little bit because if Frosty's hat does have a little bit of a curl on the edges. And then I took this, it's almost like a suede ribbon, and I just went around the hat for some added detail and to cover up some imperfections. I did the same all the way around the rim. Alright guys, we're all making snowmen related crafts today for day 5. Our hosts are Brenda from Rustic and Lace and Jackie from Crafting and Mimi's World. Be sure to check them out in the playlist. Alright guys, I'm leaving this part in here because I couldn't take it out for video purposes because this part was already done, but I redid the snowman's eyes. I can't even begin to tell you how many times. And I went from stickers to drawing my own. Wait, no, I started off drawing my own, then going to stickers, and then ripping those off, and then drawing my own again. And I could not get his eyes to look right. To me, they kept looking like spider eyes, and I was not happy with them. You'll see the end photo. I ended up putting stickers back on for eyes. Oh, it was such a struggle, and I don't typically struggle in that department, but you could see I drew on his little carrot nose, and then this garland, you can find this on Amazon. I've had it in my stash for years, but I know you can still find it on there. And then that little greenery, that holly piece you see off to the side, that came from Hobby Lobby, and I just glued in some white berries in with it too, just to add a little extra, and then trimmed up some greenery and glued that in there as well. I'm sorry, I'm off a little bit today with my voiceover. I am just feeling a little under the weather, but that's okay. Just keep moving forward. It's also that season where, you know, all the bugs are coming out. And then this hat I got, I know you can't tell it's a hat, but my sister brought me home a bunch of stuff from work last Christmas, and this was a hat from the Family Dollar, and so I cut it up into a bunch of little pieces. And so this, I made a scarf, and then this piece is just to cover this little lip that's sticking up, because when I set the hat down on it, it shows. So I'm just trying to create the illusion that that's not there at all. And off camera, I made that little tag and used my stamps to write the word snowman. Then I glued his hat down. And this is going to be his little scarf. And just tie it off and glue it here and there. I think he's so cute. You guys will have to let me know what you think of the eyes. I mean, I do think they're cute, but I just don't understand why I was struggling so much. I have days I can do something and the next I can't do it. So strange. I glued a little bell, a rusty bell on top of his scarf there. And then this is just yarn, thick yarn. And this is what we're going to use for his arms. And then I used that same fabric for a scarf to cut out mittens. And I'm just going to glue those on as well. Ouch, burnt myself there. I'm going to glue this little hand to the side of his face to make it look like he's waving. He could be saluting too. I mean, it's whatever you think, but he's supposed to look like he's waving. But if he's saluting, that's fine too. And then I drew on some little pink cheeks. This is how he came out. Those are the eyes that I ended up going with. The little pipe I made out of, the center of doggy poopy bags, that little paper roll. And then I cut the end off a Dollar Tree plunger. And that's what's for the top. And yeah, I think he's just adorable. You guys will have to let me know what you think of this one. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, comment, subscribe, all the things. I love hearing from you and I read all of your comments. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. Until tomorrow, bye.